Well, if you missed yesterday's video, you're probably a little bit confused about why it says Forest Green on the thumbnail and you're wondering how we got here. You can find out how we got here in-game by going back and checking yesterday's video. But of course, what you really want to know is specifically how we got here. Now, Forest Green Rovers are apparently based in a place called Nailsworth, which is in Gloucestershire. It's over here, look. So we actually got here by leaving St Albans, going round, is that the M25? Whatever this is, this looks like a bit of an M25 situation here, past Watford, down the M25, and then we just basically came along the M4 for ages, past Slough, past Reading, past all this green stuff that we probably weren't welcoming because it sounds too posh, through a bit, I mean, we're in a bit of the middle of nowhere here, I don't know what's going on, back into some green, and we're slap bang in the middle of the Cotswolds. I mean, this is looking up. Bearing in mind, 18 months ago, I was living in a garage. I'm now living in the Cotswolds. And plus, because I'm now earning £900 a week, that's a significant pay rise on what I was getting paid at St Albans. I've been back to the Halifax mortgage calculator. Other mortgage calculators are available. I can borrow up to £222,000, which means we've got a purchasing budget of about £230,000, which if we head over to Rightmove means we can afford a 2-bedroomed semi-detached house in Dunkirk Mills, Inchbrook, Stroud, which apparently is just down the road. I don't know Gloucestershire very well. I'm sure some of you can tell me all about it. But this is a 2-bedroom cottage within the Dunkirk Mills development. Use of the pool, gym, sauna and communal grounds. Hello, Football League. How did it take me so long to get here? Visitor parking for when I bring my visitors along. Many feature stone walls. I don't know what that means. An ideal first or second home. It's specifically my second home. And it's a grade 2 listed building. It looks a little bit like a shed, but it's got a massive swimming pool. I mean, that's a lake. Walls, curtains, washing machine and a tap in the same room. Luxury. More curtains. I mean, they're really yes, we've got a swimming pool. We'll put one picture of the swimming pool in, but would you look at the curtains? We've got so many awesome curtains. It's what the Cotswolds all about. It's known for its curtains, roof, fence, bush. I've never seen one of those before in my life. Is that a bar? I mean, I'm losing it a little bit at this point. Fenced off little area. Signpost. It's just like a hotel, a wildlife sanctuary. I'm living in a wildlife sanctuary. Forest Green is going to be a lot of fun. Hello and welcome to Club 2 Part 1 of Not Elite to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we are going to be playing Gillingham in the Checker Trade Trophy, which apparently is called the League Trophy, but still abbreviated to CT, which makes loads of sense. And then we're going to play our first league game at home against Aldershot, just to give a summary of the league position at the moment. It's rubbish. It's bar my head. It's rubbish. It's just not very good. It's October. I can't bring any players in and we've got no strikers. I've had a little bit of a fiddle around. I've sat here for like 45 minutes playing around with the tactic, and in the end I've ended up with the same one that we were looking at the end of my first look that we did on yesterday's episode. It's a variant of the direct counter-attacking system that we've used for the last couple of seasons with St Albans. I think if we haven't got any attacking players, it makes sense to be defensively strong and try and catch teams on the break occasionally. That's the plan to get us through till January until we can bring in a proper striker, because literally we don't have any. The guy playing up front today is a winger, and there's not really anyone better who can play up front in the entire squad because they're all injured. Collins injured, Morris injured, best player George Williams, conditioning is awful. I don't understand why they're all so tired either. I don't know what coaching has been going on. Our goalkeeper's on 78% conditioning. It's all a bit of a mess. We haven't even got a 6th player to put on the bench. Hold on, what have we got in the under-23s? There must be somebody we can bring up to that bench. Assistant manager, I don't know any of these players. Pick an unpicked position for me. There you go. We've got Linganzi. I mean, he's not any good, is he? But at least we have another player in there now. and we can fill the bench, which is always a good thing. So we'll meet the team over the course of the next couple of episodes and get to know them. But for today, this is what we're playing. So in goal, we have Senny Dieng, our new captain. Better than Bradley McDonough, that's the important thing here. And a natural sweeper keeper, which, as I love a sweeper keeper, is perfect. Our right back is Ryan Barrett. He's 19 years old. He's a natural right back who can also play at centre back. 2-star current ability with 4-star potential. He's theoretically the second best right back at the club. Liam Shepherd, another one. 79% conditioning. I don't really know why, but this guy came in from Newcastle in the summer. It's an opportunity to show that he deserves a spot in the team. Left back is going to be Nathan McGinley, who's 24 years old. Left back, can also play left wing back, centre back. Current ability 2.5, 3.5 on potential ability. Is actually the best left back at the club. A good player for most League Two sides, which is handy. And he's been at Forest Green for a gazillion years, having originally been here on loan from Middlesbrough and then signing permanently a few years back now. At centre-back, we have Ben White, the centre-back on loan from Brighton, who we've trying to extend the loan until the end of the season because he's comfortably our best centre-back. Okay, there's another guy who's just as good as him, but I like a young centre-back who's in on loan. I also like the fact that he's a good player for most League One sides, who's potentially a Premier League player in the future. This is exactly the kind of player we want at the back for us. We can build a defence around a guy like that, and if there's someone else at the club just as good as him, that'd be awesome. Problem is, he's not available today. He's suspended. Hence, me thinking t'other guy was the best at the club. He's going to be partnered by former captain Tom Broadbent, who's 28, 2.5-star current ability. He's our third best defender, which is ace. He's been here a while, never really established himself. How was that our captain? I don't understand. The midfield is going to be anchored by Harry Noone, who's 27 years old, has a proper footballer's haircut, 2-star current ability, 2.5-star potential ability. I mean, that's not really very good, but he's the best player we've got who can play as a holding midfielder. Another one who's never really been a regular in the team. What happened to Forest Green in the summer? Where did all the players go? I don't understand. I just don't get why there's no players at this football club. I'm going to need an explanation at some point. Let me know down in the comments. In midfield, we've got Will Collar, who's going to be our ball-winning midfielder, a natural ball-winning midfielder, 2.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. He's actually a regular player for us and will hopefully continue as such. There's a lot of players who come in from Brighton, and Brighton a parent club. I don't really want to kill that relationship when we've got Ben White on loan, but I'm usually against affiliate clubs, but I might make an exception just until the end of this season so we can keep that defender. Reece Brown is a central midfielder, 24 years old, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. McCassie aside, our best midfielder at the club, and McCassie is another one who's not fit. I don't know why none of our players are fit, but Brown has been here a while, played lots of games. That's a good thing. And then, there you go, McCassie down on the bench, not fit to play, rubbish. Up front, we've already looked at Jordan Garrick and why he's playing there, and he's going to be supported by Jan Danda on the left-hand side, 21-year-old winger who can actually play anywhere across the attacking segment. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. This guy seems right up my street. He came in on a free transfer in the summer, not scored a goal yet. I'd like to see him weigh in with a few goals coming in from that left wing. Been at Liverpool for a gazillion years, never got anywhere near the team. But hopefully, getting him up there as an inside forward, I don't know if it will tell me if that's where he's been playing, but I don't see why he's been so poor when he looks so good. He has been playing in that role. It's just not been any good, and I don't know why. Perhaps just because the team's not been any good. I think we're going to be relying on him for a lot of our goals, which is a worry because he's never scored. Will Randall is going to be our right winger, 23 years old, 2-star current ability, 3-star potential. George Williams would be there ordinarily, but he's just not fit to play in a Mickey Mouse tournament like this. Randall's actually played a lot of games this season. Don't expect him to play too many more because he doesn't look like he's any good. But that's our team. We need to get this lot all fit because most of them will be in that team for the first league game. But for now, let's have a look to see just how bad things are. I don't even know what league Gillingham are in. So they could be like top of League One and we're going to get absolutely thumped. We might actually have to play Bradley McDonough in this game because our goalkeeper is not fit at all. But I really don't want my first game at a new club to have Bradley McDonough involved in goal. So let's passionately qualify for the next round. It's what we all want. We do this because we want to do the Checkered Trade Trophy. That's the reason we all got into football in the first place. Are we the ones in the yellow or the blue? Is it yellow? Is it yellow or green? Perhaps it's green. They're called Forest Green. They're not called Forest Yellow, are they? Now I understand. I am red-green colourblind, so I'm struggling a little bit. That doesn't look like the same colour that I dissed in the last episode. That just looked like a little dirty brown. Perhaps that was green as well. I don't understand anymore. Can we win this football match? I need to put my mind at rest. Broadbent plays it forward to Brown. Brown to Danda. We want specialness from Danda. Plays it over the top to Garrick. And Garrick, with a big opportunity, probably should have scored. But he's not a striker. He's a winger. He's like our fourth choice winger, and we're playing him up front because we've got no one else to play there. There's a lot of former posh players, or two, in this Gillingham team. We've got Gabby Zakwani at the back, Alex Woodyard in midfield. So that suggests Gillingham are probably a half-decent side. So I think if we can come out of this without losing, we've got to be fairly pleased with ourselves. Chelsea under-23s have gone 1-0 up against Stevenage in the other game that's going on in this group right now. But because of the way the Checkatrade Trophy works, apparently a draw is enough to get us through to the next round. I'm not entirely sure how. Unless, I don't know, do 3 teams get through? That's fine. 1-1. Absolutely fine. 1-1, 0-0. My plan, really, to get us through till Christmas is just let's try not to concede a goal the whole time. If we just have 0-0s in every game between now and the transfer window opening, that's going to... It's unlikely, but if we do have 0-0s every game, that should be enough to keep us out of relegation trouble. And then we can go and sign an attacking player or two when the opportunity presents itself. We've got the money to do it. I don't understand why the previous manager thought it was a good idea to go into a Football League season where there's transfer windows without a striker. I mean, I need to have a little word with him just to work out what on earth he was thinking. But we'll defend. It's what I'm known for. Kev, the defendy man. Right, I don't really want to make any changes because everyone on the bench is shattered. So I might just leave things as they are, although we've got a few players who are getting very, very tired. But I think we're just gonna leave them to it until one of them just collapses and needs to come off. There you go. Jordan Garrick needs to come off. That's the situation we were looking at. So I don't want to bring on an injured striker. Should we do a little bit of strikerless? I mean, it feels a bit early to be faffing around with nonsense like this, but I don't know, make him a shadow striker. We'll do some strikerless. First look at Williams. We're playing him out of position. But, perhaps strikerless is the way forward for a team that don't have any strikers. Randall picks it up on the right wing. That's where Williams should be, really. But Williams is making the run ahead of him. Randall trying to get in again, but doesn't get anywhere, really. And Barrett's across to cover at the back. Please just knock that back to the keeper. Don't do anything stupid. Oh, that was something stupid. That was absolutely opposite of what I asked you to do. Broadbent now. Plays it down this left wing. Have we got anyone to chase? No, we don't. And, to stay there with it for the next 8 minutes, we're absolutely fine with you keeping the ball in your half. It's almost like Gillingham also aren't really that bothered about scoring a goal. We're going to get a player sent off here, aren't we? In my first game at the club, I think this is because the counter-attacking preset has Get Stuck In turned on and I haven't turned it off. And now I wish I had, because we've lost a central midfield player. How many of you attacking folk can drop back there? None of you. Not one of you can play in central midfield. We're going to have to bring Linganzi in. Oh no, we've got Moses McCassie. Let's get him on for Will Randall. And then do that. Because then we get Williams back out onto the right wing where he's supposed to be. This is... You thought but what we had before was strikerless. This is literally strikerless now. We don't have anyone in the middle in an attacking position. Whoever McGinley is, he's tired. Let's get him off. We don't have a left back on the bench. We can't get you off, lad. You're gonna have to stay on. Broadbent actually can go out to left back. He's a great left back. We don't have a centre back. You know what? Just stay on. Let's just try and avoid conceding a goal. Show a bit of passion, lads. Come on. Let's passionately defend. It's 0-0. We should be passionate about that. And of course we conceded an 89th minute goal. We were always going to. I'm so glad I don't care about the Checkatrade Trophy. Got this nonsense out the way early on. Imagine if you're a Forest Green fan and you've had to sit through this as your first exposure to a new manager. But there was means to an end we wanted to rest a lot of the players who are going to be important for that first league game, and hopefully it's going to be a different team, and in more ways than one, that play my first game in control in the league. Plus, this gives me a way to shout at them a little bit, because I am far from pleased with what I just saw. It was rubbish, really. I don't know how good Gillingham are. I still refuse to check, but hopefully we can play a little bit better against Aldershot. And Aldershot are a team that we are going to have to get a result against. Gillingham, what league are they in? They're in league. To be fair, cracking performance, lads. I take it all back. And you know what? I think we are going to call it there for this first episode. It's been a long one because we had to meet the team and all that stuff as well. So we'll get back to normal with 2 matches an episode in tomorrow's video. And I think we won't go too far ahead. I'll perhaps play a couple of games without you, and then I don't know, we might even look at maybe Barnet and Chesterfield. I'll just play a couple of games to try and work out what my team's going to be, get everybody fit, and then show you a couple of league games rather than messing around in cup games. Unless, of course, we get St Albans in the cup, which I think is fairly unlikely, because I think we already got knocked out of it. Have St Albans appointed a manager yet? Shall we have a quick look? St Albans have Jay Devereaux. He was one of my youth team people. Oh, he's caretaker manager. I was going to say under-18s assistant manager. Surprised they didn't put Emil Heskey in temporary charge because he was my under-18s manager. Heskey overlooked again. Devastating stuff. But we will leave things there. If you have enjoyed this episode, and first episode of a new club, that's where we look for 1,000 likes. So make sure, if you have enjoyed it, you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.